In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how much I pay per month to live in Ottawa, Canada's beautiful capital city. If you're thinking of moving to Ottawa, or you're just curious about how much it costs to live here, then this video has what you're looking for. Now, Ottawa isn't the most expensive city in Canada, but it's definitely not cheap. I'm going to break down every single monthly cost that I have, and first up is housing. It's going to come as no surprise that housing is my largest single monthly expense. And when it comes to real estate or rental prices, Ottawa is quite expensive. Ever since I moved here back in 2017, prices have been increasing steadily year over year. And to give you a sense of just how much, between February 2020 and February 2021, the average price of a freehold home increased by 27%, and the average price of a condo increased by 12.6%. So with that in mind, I'm going to throw all of my housing related costs up here. And I should say, I live with my fiance, which is incredibly lucky because living alone in Ottawa, especially close to downtown, can be very, very expensive. And so all of these costs are split down the middle. First up is the mortgage, which is $1,763.23 per month, divided by 2 for a total of $881.62. And that mortgage payment gets us a 2-bedroom condo relatively close to downtown, but not in the city center. And in addition to the mortgage payment, we've got the condo fees, which is $510.44 per month. Then there's the property tax, which works out to about $406 per month. There's also hydro at $75 a month, internet at $60 a month, home insurance at $25 a month, and gas for our stove for about $15 a month. Finally, we have a parking space that came with this unit, but we don't own a car. So we're actually renting that out to someone else in the building, which helps to defray our costs a little bit because we get $125 per month from that. So adding all that up, the total I pay per month on housing related expenses is $1,365.30. And I consider that to be pretty reasonable, especially when the cost of the average 1-bedroom apartment here in the city is around $1,400 per month. I'm coming in actually underneath that for my individual expenses. Plus, with the mortgage payments, we're actually building up equity in the home every single month, which is great. But next up is food. For groceries, we spend on average probably around $500 a month, which means my share is $250. And we try to be cost conscious and shop on discount days and things like that. But prices of certain grocery items here in Ottawa are actually super expensive. I also have to account for eating out. Now, my job still requires me to go into the office a couple times a week on average. And that means I'm probably getting takeout for lunch at least once a week at around $15 per meal. So that means that's an additional $60 per month for lunch. I would also say that I eat out or get takeout for dinner once a week at an average price of $25 per meal. When you're doing Uber Eats and you account for the taxes and the fees and tipping the driver, it always ends up being pretty expensive. And so that's an additional $100 per month to the total. This is the chicken shawarma platter from Shawarma Palace. And it costs $17.50 and can feed a family of 4 or can feed 1 person after a trip to the local dispensary. So my total food spend per month here in Ottawa is around $410. I could probably get that down if I really wanted to, but I love food and I'm not giving it up.
I ain't doing it.
The next largest monthly expense that I have is my student loan payment, which is $450 a month, non-negotiable. My monthly expenses are going to go way down once I have this paid off. Next up is the cat, which has cost an average of $100 per month, divided by 2, of course, for $50 a month. She brings joy to our lives, though. For transportation, I spend an average of $30 a month on public transit, although with the pandemic and working from home partially, and then trying to avoid being in crowded locations, that amount has definitely been lower over the past year. We also have a membership with a local car sharing company called Virtue Car, and we probably use that an average of once or twice a month, so that's an additional $30 per month. Finally, a couple times a year, we'll rent a car from one of the larger rental companies and do a road trip or go home and visit family. And if I average that out over the course of the year, it's probably an additional $40 per month, bringing my total transportation costs to $100 per month. I also have a bunch of other miscellaneous expenses. For instance, medical and dental, I'm putting in at around $30 a month. I do have a healthcare plan, but it doesn't usually cover 100%, so that means I'm covering maybe 10 or 20% of visits to the dentist or going to the chiropractor, things like that. Of course, then I've got my cell phone bill, which is $60 a month. There's Netflix at $18 a month, and my whole family is actually leeching off of my Netflix account, so I had to bump it up to add additional screens so that when I want to watch, it's actually available. And then finally, I have Spotify at $5 a month. I got the student rate, even though I'm no longer a student. Other miscellaneous expenses, I'm gonna throw in an entertainment and travel category here. I do like to take trips, and while I haven't been able to do that this year, I like to budget that in on a monthly basis. And so that's probably around $250 a month that I'm budgeting for. And on average, every year, I'd like to take one big trip if possible. And lastly, I'm just gonna throw a miscellaneous category in there for $50 a month, including things like toothbrushes or shampoo or whatever, anything that didn't fall in the other categories. And so my total miscellaneous expenses for the month is $413. Adding up all these categories, the total amount that I pay per month to live here in Ottawa is $2,788.30. That means that if I want to maintain this type of lifestyle, I need to make a minimum of $33,500 per year net of taxes and everything else. And anything in excess of that I can put towards saving, investing, or inventing and creating a new type of pet carrier and then trying to build a business from it. No, seriously, I'm doing that. And I'm posting about it on YouTube. So if you want to check out that, there's a playlist right up here. Anyways, I don't think I have an extremely extravagant lifestyle. I probably spend a little bit too much on food, and I definitely like taking nice trips once in a while, but I think I make up for that in other categories by trying to walk, not having a car, which is a huge cost savings, and generally I think I live within my means. And luckily, Ottawa is actually a great city with a lot of free activities, so there's always something to do that's not going to cost a ton of money. And if you're thinking about moving to Ottawa, or if you're just curious about how much it costs someone like me to live here, then there you go. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, please don't forget to hit the like button and then subscribe to the channel. I post new content every single week, and I'll see you next time.